with life or life without the possibility of it.
Again, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Erricka Bridgeford.
Good evening. I'm Erricka Bridgeford. I am a resident of Ricerstown, Maryland. My brother was murdered in 2007, and I have been since 2009 working to get rid of the death penalty in Maryland, mostly because in my healing process, I hear people say that it's going to be justice for families if the person is put to death who killed your loved one. And initially, that's exactly how I felt. I did feel like I need to know who did this and somebody needs to pay. It is 2013, and as far as my family knows, my brother's murderer still is not caught. And so if we were going to be living in a life of, oh, that's what's going to bring us justice and peace, we would not get it. So in my process, I had to find that there must be something else that would bring a human being peace in a situation like this. And although revenge and anger and an eye for an eye, it is very enticing, it is very intense, it feels like power. Grieving takes everything that you have. Walking out of the door into a world where my brother is not going to be there anymore every single day, that feels very unfair to me, and it is a life I did not want to live. And so that was going to take a lot of strength just to walk out of the door every day. And revenge, those feelings of anger and revenge took up space that I needed to be able to get out of the house every day, because I needed to be in a healing process, not knowing whether or not anybody was going to be caught. And so forgiveness had to take a new role to shine some light into my healing process, other than the revenge and anger, the large space that was taken up. I've also heard people talk a lot about the death penalty being a deterrent. I don't know if you realize this or not, but in Baltimore City, there is an illegal death penalty that is way more sure and way more swift than the legal death penalty that Maryland has on our books. I grew up in West Baltimore, and I know for a fact that when someone murders someone in Baltimore City, they are very aware at the time that they are planning the murder that they are probably going to be the next person on a t-shirt in memoriam. They know that for a fact. And they know that if they are not caught, their mother is now in danger, their girlfriend may be kidnapped, their children are now in danger. And it does not stop people from deciding to murder someone. And do you want to know why? When you are planning to murder someone, it is not a sane frame of mind. And if we think that, oh, if someone thinks through the consequences, right? So in order to think through the consequences of your action, you must be in the same frame of mind. If I do this, this is going to happen. When you are planning murder, if you really believe that a murderer is in the same frame of mind, I worry for our society if that's what we believe. I've heard people talk about the worst of the worst. I don't want to take up too much time on that, but what I want to say is that when a parent loses a child, it is the worst of the worst. My mother is here with me today, and she has never come in the years that I've been coming to testify, but she came with me today. When my brother was murdered, he was 31 years old, turning 32 that year, and the picture that my mother wanted on his obituary was the picture when he was 7 years old, because to a mother, that is always your baby, and it is the worst thing that can happen to you. But let's talk about what you mean when you say the worst of the worst. People are talking about there was a rape. I have been a rape victim. People are talking about someone was cut up. I heard earlier about someone was masturbating and making someone masturbate with a hot sauce bottle. If we listen to those things and we don't think that that person was mentally ill, I worry about us. And so we are saying that it is okay to, if someone is in a place, even you're saying that when people do things like that, they are not mentally ill and so they are sane. And so that's why it's okay to kill them with the death penalty. Or you're saying that it is a sick-minded person person who did this, which means mentally ill, and so we should kill the mentally ill people. I'm fine with taking the mentally ill people, locking them away, and only giving them access to a priest and a therapist for the rest of their lives. I'm good with that. I think that would be justice. But to teach in our society that violence is power, and then when sick-minded people use violence as power, we pile their dead bodies in a corner, to me, that is using the death penalty as a scapegoat. I heard someone ask the question earlier, are we using the death penalty as an excuse for something, as a way not to deal with something? I believe that we are. I believe that we are saying, okay, when we're not looking at how does the murderer get created? A lot of times what people are calling the worst of the worst, the killing sprees, we are looking at why are some of these people veterans? Why are some of these people ex-police officers? How has our society created people who think that it's okay to do these heinous things? And what are we doing to address that? Our society hasn't really put the resources and money into that, but it's more important to us to kill them and be able to have a way to kill them without being able to heal our society first. And so for me and my family, we believe that we don't want another family to go through this. If you kill someone, their family suffers. They suffer for however long it takes to kill them in that room. That's a few minutes. But their family is now going to be in the same situation our family is, and I don't think they meant to raise a murderer.
Ms. Bridgeford, thank you very much for being with us all day today. We appreciate it.
Not a problem.
We're terribly sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Thank you. Benita Spikes.